Welcome back to Buzz TV. I'm Howard Wolpoff, your host. Sometimes you need to talk to the right people to figure out how to have a happy life. And sometimes that has to do with your marriage, and finding the right person to speak to make sure that everything is working smoothly within your marriage is very important. Fortunately for us, we have Jim Urban from Uplift Counseling Center here to talk about what he does to help marriages here in Jacksonville. Welcome to the Buzz.
Thanks, Howard.
So you know Jacksonville, but you're fairly new to living in Jacksonville at this point in time.
At this point, yeah, this is stint number 3 of living in Jacksonville. Was born Naval Hospital. My father was U.S. Navy and stationed at Mayport. Moved away, came back, moved away, had a counseling practice elsewhere, and then recently relocated back and opened up my own practice.
So very exciting. So this practice is new. It's grand open, and
yes,
and people are coming to really seek your advice on how to address the problems in their marriage.
Yes, they are. And so we have weekly counseling clients, we have events, we have workshops and educational seminars, and so far we've had great success.
So take us back. How did you get started within this focus?
Yeah, well, just growing up in a Navy environment, growing up just in this culture, seeing many marriages fall apart, many families and children be impacted by the divorce and by the breakdown of those relationships. I just became very passionate when I was in college studying. I was studying human services and was studying theology and, wanting to work with people, wanting to make a difference. And really got interested in this through that time, but primarily through the work of Dr. John Gottman, who's an eminent couples researcher, seeing the incredible research over the course of 40 years that he did on 3,000 couples to find out what makes relationships work and what makes relationships fall apart, and how we teach couples the antidotes to what he calls the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And I became fascinated. It's funny, right? Okay. I became fascinated with his work and his research, and over the course of years and study, I went on to grad school and ended up becoming a counselor, and wanted to focus my efforts on helping couples have happy, lifelong, loving relationships.
So tell us, what does make a relationship work?
That's the golden question, right?
Of course.
That's the $1 million question everybody has. Well, I can tell you there's 4 things that don't work, and there are 7 things that do work. And so for the sake of time, I'll be real quick. The 4 things that don't work, he calls the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse: criticism, defensiveness, stonewalling, and contempt. Those are the 4 toxins that will destroy any relationship. When it comes to the 7 principles for making marriage work, we want to build the relationship on a solid foundation of friendship. Your grandparents, the folks that have been married 40, 50 years that say, be each other's best friends. It turns out, before research confirmed that, they were absolutely right.
Sure,
that
absolutely.
Friendship is the foundation of a lifelong marriage or relationship. We turn toward rather than turn away from each other. That's a specific set of skills. We manage conflict. We overcome gridlock. We create shared meaning and shared purpose. And so there are these levels, what he calls the sound relationship house. If we build that house on the foundation of friendship, the weight-bearing walls are trust and commitment, and we build in those other elements of friendship, managing conflict, and having shared purpose, according to research, we can have a lifelong happy marriage.
It's amazing that it's built into a structure like that, but it's true. You have to know the person that you're with, and make sure that you are communicating, connect with them in the right ways, and know what their right ways are, as opposed to just your right ways are. And when you meet with a couple, how is there a set amount of time you spend with them, or does it depend on what issues the couples are having?
Sure, it's very flexible, and it depends on the issue the couple is having. But we go through a very thorough assessment process. It takes about 3 hours between a face-to-face meeting and an hour-and-a-half online assessment. It measures every area of their relationship: compromise, conflict, physical intimacy, kids, in-laws, money, values, views on spirituality, past regrettable incidents that may have taken place in the relationship, betrayals of trust, all of those types of things. And then in the second meeting that we have, we uncover the exact areas of their relationship that are strong, and we can build off of those, are weak and we need to repair those, and are maybe functioning okay, but we can take it to the next level. we can enhance the closeness, the friendship, and the intimacy. So I would say most couples about 3 months, some longer, 6 months to a year. But if couples come to a workshop, they're not having major problems, they're maybe just getting distant, they want to get closer. Research shows that a 2-day workshop is equivalent to 6 months of counseling. And you save quite a bit of money going that route as well. So there's really a variety of options for people to get help and strengthen their relationship.
Well, what is the best way for people to get in contact with you if they want to learn more about the workshops, the sessions, just trying to help rebuild their relationships?
Absolutely. Thank you, Howard. The best way is to start with upliftcounselingtherapy.com or to give us a call at 904-596-0496. We're also on Facebook at Uplift Counseling Center, and we're in Orange Park.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for sharing all this information with our audience.
Thank you, Howard. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. If you're having some issues, if they're small, they're large, really take a look, and Jim can really help with some of these issues with you, and you'll be thankful for years to come. So more information on jacksonvillebuzz.com, and go out and have a great day today. We'll see you next time on Buzz TV.